Welcome back. You're tormenting me all day, yo. Welcome back for another episode of the All You Can Talk podcast. New logo, I didn't think, I'd mention it, but it's like Podception. Today, I've got with Kieran, Key 5, whatever we want to be called this week. And we've got an absolutely cool guest this week. It's the magic of wrestling. Liam, how you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm waiting for you to say we said cool, like, but I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm all right, mate. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Always a pleasure, man. First time I've ever done this as well, actually.
What, in person?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, because you've done 510 videos. I looked this morning, and I was like, that is a lot of podcasts.
168 interviews, coming up to 170 as well.
Yeah, and there's like 510 videos on his YouTube channel, and I'm like, that is mad.
Yeah, that is mad.
That is content galore, and that's good, that, mate.
I mean, we were saying before we obviously hit the record button, you don't realise when you just pumping content out, and it's like, you look and you go, holy shit. I mean, I didn't know I did 510 videos, to be honest with you.
You're bang on, mate. We were talking to Danny before, and you know, when Joe's episode comes out next week, that's his 50th episode.
Yeah, I know. It's mad.
What?
Yeah, it goes by quick.
It does.
It really does. I mean, what made you start the podcast? Is it just, because obviously it's wrestling, but is there any kind of thing that got your attention that's like, I'm going to do that, or did it just naturally lead into it? So
I've always been a wrestling fan, for as young as I remember. Like, as a kid, I remember like going to stop at my uncle's, watching Friday Night SmackDown, if you remember that.
I do.
There you go. And stuff like that. But as obviously years progress, you grow out. I mean, that's not like a knock. It's just like obviously life takes over, work and stuff. Mm-hmm. And 2019, I think it was, I was going through a bit of a bad patch, which we'll obviously allude to later on. And I was in a really dark place, but I've always found myself going back to wrestling and stuff. And I've joined obviously a lot of like wrestling community groups. And I thought, do you know what? Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I can't swear about that, can I?
Yeah, of course you can.
You're all good, mate. You're all good. We always try and make the intros 30 seconds long, so...
We're okay after that point.
And then I thought, do you know what? Let's just do a podcast, you know what I mean? Like, just see what's worst that can happen. And looking at my first episode, you should have seen my notes. It was like a fucking glossary. Literally. Just like, that was just for one question.
Yeah. We know them days.
And from there, it's just really like a snowball effect, really, to be honest with you. Obviously, interviewing like, I think it's 6 different countries I've done. Yeah. Obviously, we've met like good friends, obviously like Wrestle Wellbeing, which obviously I know you know pretty well.
Yeah.
One Breezy, who I've got so much respect for. But yeah, that's pretty much like the gist of it, really.
Yeah. I'm glad I listened to more episodes of your two together, right? And this is not a diss against him. And he must have been like tired or whatever. But I can remember you said, "Are you going to take it off, Breezy?" And he just went, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Are you all right?" Like, do I need to message you? And he just looked tired, bless him. He just looked really tired. And the next episode is like, what best? He sounded so into it. It's like, what best move you got took down with? And this American wrestler, I can't remember the name, but he just went, "Oh, it was this pile driver thing," and he's like, "That's sick."
I think the thing is as well is because, like I said, time zones is a big like factor. Like Australia is probably a prime example.
Yeah,
it's like 7:30 in the morning for them, but it's 10:30 at night for us. A long day, do you know what I mean? But there's been some times where I'm like, but you've got to give it 100% because I mean the guest is giving their time, do you know, to like.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, no, I respect that completely. We've said that when we do as pods. There's sometimes where I can't be bothered. And I'm tired or something's like, and then, I mean, he forgets. But we'll get here, and then as chatting for 10 minutes gets you pumped up and you're ready for it.
Yeah.
But it's people's time at the end of it. People
it's
don't realise
doing it with somebody else in it as well. Because if he's feeling a bit shit, then I can bring the energy up, or if I'm feeling a bit shit, you can bring the energy up. I imagine it's the same with you two, isn't it?
It's also like you said, bouncing off each other. Like you can probably notice now that when we first obviously started working together, we used to say, "Over to you, Jordan," or "One Breezy." But now, if you watch it carefully, there's that split second, and then that person knows, right, that's my question, and so on and so on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just grows over time, and it's probably the same for you both as well.
Yeah, it has been. I mean,
we were rusty first
times we did it, weren't we? We were poor, but like you say, over time we just sort of you learn each other's cues, don't you? And
I'll just look at him like, help. No,
To
it's
be
all
honest, I have to tell him to shut up more than I have to.
I've been preparing, don't you, with it?
that is a lie. First time you
How
did.
many episodes has it been, right, where we've got a guest on and like Danny's putting in chat, boys, like we're having a hard time.
Oh, I thought you meant like let guests talk. Like, yeah,
there is episode like
And I'm just like, I'm paying for my time. Shut the fuck up. No, I completely get it. We had one guest on at first, the first one, and we were just like, what am I going to ask him? And I'm literally like, just be ready. And he just talked all the way through about like, what were it, travelling things, what it, shitting in a bad toilet and all that.
Yeah.
And then we grew into he knows when I'm stopped talking and when the guests are stopped. We'll look at each other. It's a little glance, and it'll be like, yeah, you can talk. And in person is a lot easier. Because you haven't got that body contact, body language. You can't see each other's body language. Come here, Kieran. I'm a mess today, honestly. I can tell I've had a week off work because I'm all over the shop. But you can see each other's cues rather than just a facial expression. You know when you need to talk.
100%. It's also different, isn't it?
Go on, carry on.
Oh, it's his best episode ever.
It's also like really strange, like, because obviously he does his own like individual stuff, and obviously I do mine. And sometimes, like, once you ask that question, there's that little pause. You go, "Oh shit, there's nobody actually there." This is like generally like 1-to-1, so that's probably is a bit of a challenge sometimes. But you just got to like grab it.
Yeah. So your first episode, when you went into it, what were you kind of like? Were you just like, oh crap, or were it do you know what I'm going to do this? I'm going to do this rate. Obviously, you had a big glossary, but how did you feel about it? Did you
nervous? You know what I mean? Because it's like I said. I mean, this is an actual like wrestler and stuff like that, and yeah, I mean, like, I had so many notes that were unreal, and by the time I'd finished it, I'm like, well, I didn't need fucking half of them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You always over prepare on a podcast. We'll prepare so many questions and never get through them all.
Yeah. How many episodes did you get in before you felt comfortable doing it?
So I would say probably about 13, and that's. And I mean, even
very
then,
specific.
Yeah, probably around. Yeah, sorry. It's probably around 30 episodes, and even then, it took me a while to even watch my own stuff back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm my own worst critic, but yeah, probably around 30, and from then, like, my notes got smaller and smaller, and now it's probably more bullet points.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. We try and write stuff down and then realise we're not going to need it. Yeah. So I respect that, because especially writing bullets, 'cause I can't look down. There's no way to look, really, and I don't like going like this every 5 minutes. So we try and keep a level field. And he's just like, he said to me today, coming here, he's like, you asked the question, I'll just follow on.
It's how we work normally, guests, isn't it?
We love it.
You'll ask the questions, and I'll try and see it from like the viewer's point of view. So like, what would the viewer be thinking right now? So like, I'll ask that question sort of.
Yeah, fully respect it, mate. So when you got into it, did you start off with guests, or did you actually do one on your own first? Or
I was part of a network at first, like I was on somebody else's channel, and that was kind of like to try and find my feet where I wanted to go. And it was, I think it was this, because I've been doing my own channel for 2 years. It was December 2024, possibly 25, I can't remember. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm literally putting this content out, and this guy who obviously owned the channel is not giving me that appreciation. I don't want it every single week. Do you know what I mean? But like a little message now and again saying, oh, I appreciate obviously all I work. Because I was literally messaging guest after guest after guest, you know what I mean, planning this. And it did absolutely drain me, to be honest with you.
It does. How much research did you put into a guest, or did you already kind of know beforehand what you were going into?
I always like spend a good probably an hour, do you know, for guests and stuff. And so, like, for example, is like the title wins, or like when they actually started wrestling. And one of the things I always do is, if you found information which you're not sure about, because we know information on the internet's not always accurate, I said to the guests, correct me if I'm wrong, do you know what I mean? But did you win the title in 2019 or something? And they'll say, yeah. Oh no, or 2018. So it's not making you sound like a knob, basically.
Yeah. I do that on regular.
Our audience loves it though, you're all right.
They do. So, because the one episode I watched, I can't remember which one it was. They were American. I could probably find it if I looked. It were both of you. But I felt like you felt awkward because you were asking, like, how you doing today? I went, yeah, all right. I'm good, man. And you're like, Perfect, straight to the point. And you kind of seemed fed up with it. Like, not fed up with it, that's probably the wrong word, but you seemed like, give me more to work with.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you battle that sort of interaction where they are quite blunt and they just give you straight one-word answers?
You just got to go with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, one of the things that when I obviously start the interview, you probably notice is I always like start with like a open question essay. So I go, if you could sum your wrestling career up in one word,
Yeah, I like that.
How would you describe it? And someone's like, ooh, and then some people get one-word answers, and then you just have to go with it. Unfortunately, do you know what I mean? You can't like plan for it. You just got to go with it and stuff. And hopefully, I mean, I've had it a few times where they've been like that, and eventually, like, because the conversation's so free flowing, they open up a little bit more.
Yeah.
A prime example of that one is I'm going to obviously name drop a few people here. Is
We love that on this.
so there's a wrestler called Skylar Jane, and she's young, you know, up and coming. And if you watch the show at the start, she's like proper, you know, nervous and stuff. But what I did is I got a tag team partner backstage, like in StreamYard, and I said to her, I says, "Oh, what's she like as a person?" And she's obviously reeling it off, and I says, "I've got a confession to make." She's like, "What?" I went, "Your tag team partner's backstage," and she's actually heard what she just said. But if you watch her body language after she's on there, she's like we are now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, chilled. You find a lot of guests hopping up to you. Like, it takes 5-10 minutes, and then. I mean, sometimes you forget cameras are there. You really do, and a lot have said that. I guess it's a lot different when you're in front of a screen and you're seeing it because you realise cameras on you all the time because you're watching yourself essentially.
Yeah, you are.
And have any guests mentioned it like that where they think like, oh, it'd be better in person or anything like that?
Not really, no. I mean, one of the things, obviously, the changes I made is gone from live to pre-recorded.
Yeah.
So. I mean,
I know Jim at Wrestle Wellbeing, he does live, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he got that from me, which is good. But December last year, I did an interview with somebody. Again, I'm not going to name drop because I'm not that type of person.
Is it still on there?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you after.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it basically, we did all the whole thing, like saying we're going to record it live and stuff. But when it came to like promoting it on Instagram, it's like, oh, I'm not sure. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. I'm like, for fuck's sake. And so then January, I thought, right, okay, let's give the wrestlers the option. Let's say. So my first one that year was Cherry Knox. You know what I mean? Love her to bits as well. And I said to her, look, this is the new format. We can either do pre-recorded or we can do live. Which one would you prefer? She goes, pre-recorded, and then I offer the same thing to pretty much every guest now. And it's just a norm now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing these podcasts live. By the way, it would be an absolute nightmare.
It'd be cancelled in 10 minutes.
I mean, I've only ever done one live stream for this. It was a watch along for a Barnsley game, and I was struggling.
Message me like, oh, can you come on and help me out? And I looked at score, and I was like, nah, I won't work anyway. Oh yeah, we have thought about live streams, but it's holding your water at some point, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot more benefits to a pre-recorded though now, because if they say something they're not comfortable with, we can edit it out. Yeah. And the way obviously I do things is like, so as an example, I finished an interview, that will be uploaded to YouTube as an unlisted video. That will be sent to them directly, so they'll see it before absolutely anybody else. They'll say, right, that's fine, do you know what I mean? Go ahead and post it. Or they might say, can you take out this, and this? Yeah, that's fine.
You said that's fine, but in reality you're going, oh, you prick.
There's no one wrestler who wanted like 2 seconds there, 3 seconds there. I think it worked out about 30 seconds across an hour video.
Oh, God, you just
I'd
leave
throw
it,
hands, me, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you doing?
This is why we just release it, don't we?
Yeah. It's always like, oh, I'll send you a video beforehand, and then it's up there, and I'm like, I thought where's the warning? I'm like, oh yeah, here's your warning.
Notification on Instagram for collab. That's it.
Yeah. Luke said that to me when we released his. He was like, oh, I thought you were going to tell me. It's like, you just got the notification, we just released it. And I'm like, mate, I didn't even know.
You might have to start doing that, just avoids all drama.
Yeah.
Could do. Yeah, there's no dramas, is there?
No, we never had anybody.
I'm surprised you get that, to be fair, with what you do, because I doubt they've said things that are that bad. Mind you, it is the internet.
I think it's more like, obviously like the promoters see what they say about certain wrestlers or how they feel. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what the issue is. Do you know what I mean? Because we know wrestlers talk to each other. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I think that's the bigger picture. I think they see.
No, that's the point. We've been starstruck yet. Who's your most famous person you've had on?
Oh, Jesus.
And that's being a referee as well. I think you've interviewed a couple of refs, haven't you?
I've interviewed referees, announcers.
And they deserve same respect for me because
Yep.
they do a job.
The biggest one will probably... I mean, there's so many. I mean, Nigel McGuinness is probably up there. That's the one I get asked a lot about. Brian Cage. Probably Eddie Guerrero's daughter's probably the biggest one for me.
Oh, wow.
Sherilyn Guerrero. Because when it comes to opportunities like that, you can't pass it up.
No.
And do you know what I mean? And she was absolutely terrific. And there's even a point where she got emotional. Do you know what I mean? Talking about her dad.
Yeah. Wasn't he the one who passed away?
Yep.
Not long ago, if I'm right in thinking. Or it might have been a while ago.
A while ago.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll take that as a no. Yeah. The thing is, I used to watch wrestling when I was younger. But I was never into it, if that makes sense. I'd watch it and I think this is fun. And I can respect them because they are athletes. They are fit as fiddles. I mean, some of the stuff I see them do, it's like a boxer. You just getting head slammed and bodies smashed a bit. I mean, we had a wrestler on, Jim Madden. You might have met him
I've interviewed him myself.
Yeah, and he was talking about this, booted somebody in the head before, and he's like, oh, a bit hard.
This is
So
what
they do get
annoys
hurt.
me sometimes about when people say, oh, but wrestling's fake. I'm like, well, it might be scripted, but you're still getting thrown through a table. Like,
It is still a table.
You mentioned referees there, and I feel like, because like I said, I've spoken to quite a few referees, their job's not as easy as people think.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, especially when it comes to the health and safety aspect, because as soon as they see like a wrestler's injured, do you know what I mean, they have to make that call to prevent serious damage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like I said, sorry, go ahead.
No, carry on, mate, carry on.
So yeah, like speaking, I think it's about 8 referees I've done. I'm just like, holy shit, their job's not just as simple as counting 1, 2, 3.
No. A lot of people say they pass the fake blood over and stuff like that, and manoeuvre the sensor into different positions so camera can't see stuff. And I was watching an interview with a referee, but he also does referees for like amateur boxing and stuff. So he compared the two, and he says it's completely different because in boxing you're watching for people with concussion and stuff like that, but with wrestling you are watching if they break the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are watching for these things that they could die, essentially.
Yeah.
And he put it in a way that it got a lot more stringent after, what's his name? Was it Hart or something? I can't remember.
Owen Hart.
Owen Hart.
Yep.
And he fell through the cage and he passed away. And I remember something got more stringent with referees. There's a lot more regs now that we have to follow, and because it just continued, the show just continued, and I found that bizarre. They said they have the power to stop it now. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's just a lot changed. A lot changed after that, from what I remember listening to.
Yeah, everything evolves in wrestling. I mean, like I said, even referees have said the same thing. They're more strict, obviously, on like protocols, concussion protocols, injury protocols. Like you said, I mean, I've spoke to one referee where literally the wrestler was just knocked out. He didn't have a clue where he was. Do you know what I mean? She had to make that call. Do you know what I mean? To like say, look, the match is off. Do you know what I mean? Health and safety comes first.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that it was a bit of a shock to the system for me. Do you know what I mean? How much, wrestlers put the body through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they do. They do big time.
Jim said this a lot, didn't he? He said about some of the pain he goes through, and some you'll be waking up with all these bruises all over you, or you can't move your back or whatever.
They tried signing me up for it, Liam. Can you believe it?
Oh yeah, well, I wanted to see you get chucked through a table, mate.
He's been my best mate since 2018. Can you believe it? Nearly a decade of being took piss off.
I can't wait to see what happens once this camera goes off.
He said worse, it's fine. He said worse. So when you were doing all these things, you said you were in a network and then you went standalone. Mm-hmm. What changed? Were it just you weren't, like you mentioned, you not getting appreciated? Did you just think, do you know what? Fuck it, I'm just going to do it myself. Like, I can't be arsed with this. Or were it how can I put it? Were it a mutual agreement, like, it's not working for both of us sort of thing?
So it boiled down to three main reasons, and I've never actually told people this, so this is a little bit of an exclusive here, actually. So, first one, obviously, it was creative-wise. Like, speaking to obviously as many people as I have, you look at wrestling from both sides, you know what I mean? Like the good side, the bad side. This channel wanted to focus just on one side, and that wasn't me. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to look at it from both angles.
Yeah.
The appreciation, which obviously I spoke about then, and there was a lot of bullying behind the scenes, which I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I really hate bullying and stuff like that, and I'm like, I can't fucking do this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Generally. we did end up on bad terms and stuff, but I take the experience from there, do you know what I mean? Positively, do you know what I mean? Because obviously I got to, do you know what I mean, meet a lot of good people, learn obviously a lot, and yeah.
Yeah, that's good. As long as you didn't end on bad terms. I mean, we've been in places
I want to invite him
where...
to dinner, I'll put it that way.
That's the thing as well, though. I think a lot more people, you see, even in the bigger industries, are starting to come across and be independent now and do their own thing. Because when you're working for an agency, especially, or you're working for a company, you think to yourself, I'm doing all this work for somebody else's gain, whereas this is my talent anyway. Why don't I do this for me? And then, we all like to think, oh yeah, we can keep 100% of the royalties or whatever, but in reality, we don't really do it for that anyway. We do it for a love of it. And yeah, I think it's way better to be independent and to be in control of your own sort of timetable, the own way you want to do things in your own creative direction. I couldn't have somebody on this podcast telling us what we can and can't say.
I just have to get fucked.
Yeah.
And I think you said it best there, do you know what I mean? You're in control. I mean, you get to pick the guests. You get to, obviously, when content goes out, you get to do this, you get to do that. And for me, I mean, going solo, obviously, the opportunities I've had, just this year alone, do you know what I mean? It's just incredible working with One Breezy, do you know what I mean? Helping Wrestle Wellbeing, where he is. Do you know what I mean? Wrestling Pedigree, that's another one. And that means a lot to me when I sit and think about it, going, I'm just a typical lad from Barnsley, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm helping people, like, I'm on my PC chatting to a wrestler from America on a Friday night, pissing down rain, talking about fish fingers.
You do it, though. It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Right.
We've spoke about things, and I'm just like, what are we on about here? So he'll say something, and because I'm quite blunt with my words, I'll say things that will come out, and then he'll say this philosophical thing, and I'm just like, oh, you said. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I can't say it in that way. I'm just to the point. So when you split and you did all the episodes, did you do it yourself before, or were it like, obviously it were a network, but did you have other people on the pods as well, or were it just yourself?
I was working with a couple, obviously, American guys and stuff, but they were on my channel. Yeah. And then I think them two just fell out of wrestling and love weight and stuff, so I built my own channel. Essentially, I do everything, do you know what I mean? I do the uploads, I do the thumbnails and stuff, which is fine, do you know what I mean? I like to keep busy and stuff like that, but yeah, like the guys, obviously, I did work with, I'm not in bad terms with it, they've just got their own lives now, do you know what I mean? Because it's like you said, do you know what I mean? Wrestling people fall out of love with it, which is fine, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. At least you've got an happy place where you can do a lot of things, being busy.
Yeah, there you go.
What's been your favourite episode so far, mate?
I mean, there's 510 fucking videos.
Take your pick.
What's one way, I'll ask you
What's
differently.
one that sticks out in your mind?
Yeah, one that you nailed that you thought that was good.
I'm going to say the one which I learnt the most from, and I'm grateful for the big guest, but I'm going to go for, the group's called The Freak Show, and it's the first time I had two guests, so that I took so much obviously from learning from that one, because it was the first time I had two guests, because usually you probably see I have one. This is where I had two, so literally I had to change a little bit. They were in character, and then from that interview alone, this is where I went, let's just go off script, do you know what I mean? Because I was really very strict, scripted, sorry. And I'm like, fuck it, let's just go unscripted, let's just have some fun and just see where it goes. And that's been my structure ever since, really. Yeah,
one thing I definitely noticed is from the start, is at first you seemed very there won't be any follow-up questions, if that makes sense. It'd be ask a question and ask the next question. There'd be nothing. And then not recently, but I don't know how long back, but there's more following on from what they've said. So I can definitely see that progression where you come from 2 years ago to now. There's a big difference.
100%. I mean, everything evolves, you know what I mean? I've evolved as a person. I'm pretty sure you guys have evolved.
Yeah. I think for us...
bullshit.
I think for us as well, especially in the podcast space or even we interviewing guests, you want it to feel like a conversation and not an interview, don't you? Yeah, I think that's where the over-scripting, it becomes just like you're being interviewed for the paper or whatever. You want it to be something that the people at home feel like they're in the room with you and they're joining in that conversation.
Well, they do.
I also think the questions as well, because every wrestler's going to be asked, oh, so how did you get into wrestling? What are the most simplest questions? I like to go a bit more deeper, going, so how do you juggle family life and personal life, do you know what I mean? Do you know what's the biggest thing you think's rewarding? Do you know, what's the biggest injury you've had? And one of the best questions, and I love it, is wrestlers who's obviously starting out, I say to them, for people who's not familiar with yourself, why should they go check you out? That's the way I let them promote themselves anyway. Do you know what I mean? I don't like to ask like the simple questions. So what interesting? Oh, start like, Joe, I've always been a fan as a kid. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely asking them deeper questions, right? It's always the same question. It's like footballers. What do you like for pre-drinks before a match? Water.
Yeah.
And it's like, mate, I want to go back in days of Cloughie where they drank beer before a match. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to ask.
Yeah.
You know, I've always said if we get footballers on a roll like that, I want to ask them different questions.
Yeah.
Rather than like, oh, I were a little boy playing football and I've grown up in academy. I'm like, no, how did you? I want a Jamie Vardy story.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to ask like, oh, I were 19. Jack Shepherd at Barnsley, or a kitchen fitter or a plumber, which I can't remember which one.
Yeah.
I like them different stories, and it's like, well, how did you end up playing football when you were a kitchen fitter then? It's like, oh, I fell into it. I like them stories.
Yeah.
So I think you're quite similar to us, where you want the different ones rather than the structured, like, how'd you get into wrestling? Well, I chucked a kid over a balcony once.
You
Do you know what I mean?
You don't want it as an audience as well. You don't want to watch something where because it frustrates me with like, obviously we're both into football, or you watch it with boxers and that, and you're like, you can tell this is media trained.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. See? See? You touched on, Liam, about some bad times, and I know that I did speak to you beforehand. If you're not comfortable talking about any of it, but we're going to delve straight in. And if you don't want to answer a question, just tell me and we can always edit a bit out. So you mentioned some dark times in 2019. What occurred? What happened? And what did you find during that time?
So in 2019, I met a partner and stuff like that, and I thought she was brilliant. Do you know what I mean? She liked the same thing. She liked the same things as me, same music, same like films, etc. It's like the polar opposite of me and stuff like that. But the thing was, there was just something back in my mind going, something's not right here. Do you know when you just get that inkling? You're like, something's not right here. But the thing is like, she was seeing somebody else, behind my back. Essentially, she moved her ex in, because they were homeless and stuff like that. And mentally, it took its toll. Do you know what I mean? I was just so drained to fuck because I'm like, this is somebody who do you know what I mean? It's too good to be true and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, damn. And I'm more annoyed at myself now thinking about it, that I let it happen for like a good year. Like this went from January to like December, and it was like 2 weeks before Christmas. I'm like, I did say some nasty things to her. I really regret it. Do you know what I mean? Stuff. And I'm just like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I'm mentally drained. I'm physically worn out. Do you know what I mean? I didn't know who I was. Do you know what I mean? As a person. And it's one thing to get rid of the problem, but then you've got to try and recover from that problem, if it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it did take a few years, you know what I mean? I had no confidence in me as a person. And that kind of stemmed into building the other podcast. Not only to like, it's something I love, but to build my confidence back up.
Yeah.
And stuff.
You just kind of use it to cope then at that period.
At that period, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And stuff. And why the hell I thought doing a podcast when I had no confidence is fucking beyond me.
But it shows strength in your character, Liam. It doesn't, you're not going to... You could have quite easily gone, oh, I'm done, I'm depressed, that's me now for the rest of my life. You stood on your own 2 feet and went, no, I can't let it. From, I don't know what your darkest day was yet, we haven't asked that question, but you've gone from, oh, I can't do this anymore, to, I do a good podcast and I've done 510 fucking videos. Do you know what I mean?
It's about channeling that energy, innit? We all go through hard times and stuff, and it's about how you react to them and how you come back from them. Can you channel that negative energy that you've got into something positive, like you have done? And credit to you, mate.
Absolutely appreciate that, man. But yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it's like I said, once you get rid of that fucking problem, it's like you've got to try and deal with it and stuff. And luckily for me, I had like friends who straight John Bull basically. Do you know what I mean? They were like, what the fuck? Just fucking. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, she's gone and stuff. It's going to hurt and stuff. But do you know what I mean? You're better than that. You're worthy in that. And that's what I needed. That kick up the ass to say, all right, fair enough. And I'm a firm believer that time is a great healer because, and again, like I said, this nobody really knows this, but she reached out last year and she tried to be friendly and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'm trying to be friendly at the same time. And when I think it was the day after, I'm like, I'm not going down this road again. I've been down it. And I sent her a message. It wasn't nasty. It wasn't like malicious. It was just basically, look, we're at different points in our life now. Do you know what I mean? You've got your life, I've got my life, but I do wish you well. And as soon as that message sent, it felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder. It's like a chapter closed in a way. Do you know what I mean? And stuff. And I do. Do you know what I mean? I actively hate the way she treats, but I won't wish anything bad on her. I'm not that type of person.
During them 6 years, were it like you needed a bit of closure rather than just leaving it how it was?
Yeah, I think.
And that's why it took so long.
Yeah, 100%. I think it was the closure I needed. Do you know what I mean? Because we ended on such bad terms, and as I said there, I said some nasty things. Even like I'm annoyed at this end, like, do you know what I mean? But I'm angry.
It's accountability, Liam. You can't, you know what I mean? You can't go through life without some.
That just means you're a good person, mate. We all react in ways we regret, but if the fact that you regret the things that you said, that shows that you're a good person.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I mean, that message, as soon as I hit send, I'm like, I can breathe again. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I mean, you still think back going, would I have done things differently? But I've always been a firm believer. Everything happens for a reason.
100%.
What do you think were your darkest day during that 6 years? Were it a specific time period, or did you just think, what am I doing? Or that sort of thing. What darkest point where you thought, this can't go on anymore? Or not saying that it was suicide or anything like that, but
I will be honest with you, mate, I did think that. During that, from January to December, there was a point where I thought, is my life, do you know, worth living? Do you know what I mean? What's my purpose in life and stuff? And just having those friends to like give me that kick up the arse, do you know what I mean? Really push me forward and stuff. And I've always said that in my own head, because I am my own worst critic, like I said, I obviously want to help people. I want to be the best version of me and stuff. And yeah, it has took 6 years. I mean, if you'd have said to me, right, like I said earlier, I'll be doing a podcast on a Friday night, like I said, talking about fish fingers again, I'd have probably laughed at you, but it's helped me as a person, really. It's helped my confidence and stuff. Like, I'm going to wrestling shows now. There's a few occasions where I don't interact, but there's more so I'm like talking to like fans or wrestlers and yeah, it's massively helped me.
that's good. It is good from where you've come from to really not let it take its toll on you in that respect. I think Kieran alluded to this, where you could have just laid down and took it and just been a mess. Instead, you just went, nah. And it's good you've got them friends as well.
Yeah.
So I've always said I'm very grateful for these two and other friends that have said, what are you doing? You know, they will give me a bit of, you know, give me a man hug now and again and be like, come on, it's all right. But they will hit me. He's punched me square in the face at boxing. It's needed.
Yeah.
Get a grip, man. Do you know what I mean? That sort of
it's so
thing.
important having a good group of people around you. It doesn't even have to be loads. Like, I know a lot of people who are like, oh, I've barely got any mates. I've only got 2 or 3. Like, but I don't know if you're the same, but you'd rather have 2 or 3 people who you know have got your back no matter what.
100%. They will stand behind you, like, have your back, like no matter what. 100%.
Yeah. And a lot of people that you've noted there as well, that your friends give you a kick up the backside. A lot of people surround themselves with people who just tell them what they want to hear.
I think it's also like no nonsense, you know what I mean? You'll have a few people like saying, yeah, come on, it's all right. But I'd rather have the people who's like straight John Bull saying, look, this is what's happening. Like if I've done a shit podcast, I'd rather people come to me saying, your podcasts are shit. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's usually like that rather than constructive criticism.
I'd love a bit of constructive criticism for something.
Yeah, we don't get that. Do you find much hate on your podcast?
Not really, no. Do you know what I mean?
You bastard.
Yeah, look, to be fair, we've only got one.
Oh, I wasn't going to bring you up today. You know who you are. It's surprising because I know that a couple that I've watched, not necessarily in Barnsley, but who do wrestling content or boxing content, they're like, oh, you know wrestling's fake, boys. Why don't you just get a grip and do some proper fighting? And I'm surprised you haven't had much of that, to be honest. Not saying that you deserve it, obviously, but people are like, the internet's the internet, and it is shit.
Minefield.
It's a minefield. And I find that they're trying to catch you on something that's not even there. And you said one wrong thing. That's why we thought, you're brave doing it live, because the amount of stuff we say. Like, can I say that? For example, we did a Barnsley podcast with Matty Ugal, who's quite prolific on X, Twitter.
Yeah.
And I said something, I can't remember what it was. It was about Tiam and Cavari.
Oh God, yeah.
And I didn't realise that it were a racist term. I didn't realise whatsoever. And these are like, shall we cut it out? And I'm like, nah, leave it in because it's context.
Yeah.
You've got to learn, haven't you?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? These convinced me to leave it in. I'm like, no, boys, cut it out. Come on. Because,
The look on our faces, by the way.
I couldn't believe it. I'll show you after. It just went silent. Deadly silent. But when you don't realise these, you've got to live and learn, is what I'm trying to say. So you're quite brave doing them live. Or did do them live.
I did do them live, yeah. It's gone pre-recorded, but I think it's better pre-recorded because then the wrestlers not got the worry of like saying something that is going to get like cancelled or abused themselves.
Yeah. And to go back to these, not to go back to these dark times, but during that period where you thought this person were everything, what were it specifically? Was it the comfort of being with somebody, or was it that person in particular, something she did, or he, if you're that way inclined, but what was it that person did for you?
It's because we like so many like same things, like the same music, like the same like movies, the same like TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A presence around, basically everything. To me, like was the ideal person.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, there was always that inkling at the back of my mind. The one thing I'll always respect her for and stuff like that she had the balls to say to me in person that she had feelings for somebody else in a way. And I'll always respect people for that. She didn't like send it over a message. She said it like we are now, face to face. And I'm like, okay, I'll respect you for that. But yeah, it was still a mindfuck. Do you know what I mean? The whole thing.
Yeah. So when was you like during that period of that like thought process? So between January and December, obviously you had these feelings. Was that after she said that, or was it before that she said?
It was like
that?
middle of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all? Right. Okay. Did you find yourself going down in a slump after that, or were it still just slightly before? Because you had these thoughts in your head. And did you confront that problem, and did you say, "What's happening," or did she come to you?
No, I wished I didn't confront it. I wished I did confront it. Do you know what I mean and stuff? But it was just always that worry, like going, "What's going on? It doesn't feel right." And then when she said to us, said that she has feelings for somebody else, it crushes you because, like I said, we like the same thing. She was less like the female version of yourself in a way, and it's just like, but yeah, it was just such a mindfuck.
Yeah,
It's I imagine it can be, as well, especially in that situation. It can be a situation where you're like, why aren't I good enough?
Yeah,
It
100%.
can make you question yourself quite a lot. Is there any advice you'd give to people at home, like in that situation of something to do that helped you overcome that? I know you said the podcast as well, but was there anything else you did? Or
Probably like speak to your friends, you know what I mean? Like it's times like that where you find out where your true friends are. Do you know what I mean? They'll support you like tell your friends and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? This is what I feel. What do you recommend and stuff? And if they are true friends, they'll give you the best piece of advice. And if they don't, then I'm sorry, but they're not like a true friend in a way.
yeah.
Don't feed your bollocks.
Yeah.
We've had a few of them, haven't we, mate? A few yes men. We just look at each other like, what is this cock on about, honestly? Yeah, you do need them friends. I completely agree. Were there any time during that 6 years where you felt all right, or were it just a constant slump?
The first couple of years it was constant slump, but then when I obviously got into the podcasting side of things, I felt myself slowly like building my confidence back up. Like one of the scariest things for me is like messaging like a wrestler going, "Hey, do you want to come on the podcast?" I'm like literally.
I could tell you speak to a lot of Yanks, mate. That were a Yank. Hey, do you want to come on the podcast?
I'm literally going, I'm typing a message and I'm like, do I send it? Do I not? And stuff like that. And it leads back to, like I said, having those good friends. And then one of them said, you don't ask, you don't get. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? And ever since then, I'm like, maybe he's right. Do you know what I mean? What's the worst they can say? No. Or they don't reply. It's too, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fully agree with that. Now you triple text it. It's like, listen here, dickhead.
I put this. Do you remember? This is a very similar thing because one of my friends, Smith, shout out Smith, he used to be terrible. He used to get really worked up when he tried to talk to girls.
Yes.
I remember this one particular time we were out for my birthday last time. Danny had a proper drink.
Oh yeah.
And that girl eyed him off. And
I like how that night is remembered.
This is about
Danny's last proper drink. Because it was that memorable.
But
all I remember from that night, I can't remember what after this, is when he got there, down like this big bottle of vodka. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like catching up. I'm like, what the fuck?
I've got videos of you. I'll show them. But that's why it's important to have good friends around you, because I remember saying to him, I went, mate, at the end of the day, go talk to her. I said, the worst that can happen is she says no. I said, the best thing that happens is you start an amazing story that you'll be and your whole life could change. The worst thing that happens is you come back here, we take the piss out of you for 15 minutes, and then it's gone forever.
Yeah. Oh, you've got... Oh, I was going to say something awful then. But you've always got to...
Say it.
I was going to say, you've got to be able to take it. But, you know, you said to him as well about the shoelace thing. So every time I used, not prolific, that sounds awful. So I always used to, when you got your grafting shoes on, so there were one particular night, and I do remember part of it, I don't remember it all. I used to speak to women, and you know, when you've had a drink, your confidence goes skyrocketed. And they keep coming up to me, tiny shoes, grafting shoes, tight shoelaces. And I turn around in front of these lasses, I'm like, well, you just fuck off. But after that, it were done. They had the laugh. That was it. So I was saying to Smith,
it
like,
was funny,
look at me. They just constantly take a piss out of me for doing it. So just do it. You might get somewhere with it. He never did, but
it's the same thing.
tried.
We're reaching out to guests, like you say. It's like you think, oh, what if they say no? What if they do that? Like the worst thing they could say is no, and then you just move on to the next one.
They just ignore you most of the time.
Yeah, that's probably the most annoying thing. That's probably the most disheartening thing. You can send 50 messages out, you probably get 2 responses.
You'll find when you've sent a message and you see C and you think, oh my god, and then you get no reply and you're like, oh cunt.
Yeah, that's why I stay off Twitter.
Sorry.
X.
No, it's a minefield that at a minute.
Oh god, yeah.
It's just we're not going to get into that. But so when you are messaging, how long did it take you from that point where you were, I'm going to say crippled, that sounds awful, but when you were really low on confidence to the point where you just were like, come on, pause, send, and not think about it? How long did it take you? Because obviously if you were really low on confidence, that's going to affect you.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get into that. 6 months of messaging guests until I got to the point where I'm double texting and being like, are you coming on or what? Do you know what I mean? So how long did it take you from that really low point to the point where you can be like, you coming up pod?
I would probably say around 50 episodes.
Really?
Generally.
Wow. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That is a long time. That's fair play to you, mate, for sticking at that. Because a lot of people would have given it up. So I do take my hat off you for that. Yeah,
absolutely. And one of the things as well is, I mean, I've done many hobbies, you know what I mean? I've done bloody like card tricks as a little thing, you know?
Boom! Get it in!
That used to be his child line.
Oh, is it?
You want to say a card trick? That got me so many drinks, man. Sometimes we'll go out with no money, I'll be like, I'll get a night out, don't you worry. Can't deny it either.
No, I can't. I've had plenty of...
Carry on, Liam, sorry, mate.
Sorry, how do you think the name come about, the magic of wrestling?
Fucking fuck me backwards. Makes sense.
That's bad research on your part, mate.
It is, isn't it? I just thought it was like...
Do you want to teach him a thing or two?
He already has. Can you, correct me if I'm wrong, lads?
You can have that.
Cheers, mate. Do you know what? You're going to be watching clips now and be like, if I say it, it'd be comments like...
We need to get one of them air fresheners with correct me if I'm wrong. He's going to
get a fucking counter in the bottom corner.
I'll add it to logo.
Yeah, or you can talk, correct me if I'm wrong. That's a good slogan, that.
Yeah, we can't go that far.
Trademark.
You can have it, don't worry about it.
Get a cease and desist letter. So that's where your name come from then? You just love a magic. Do you love magic then?
I used to, do you know what I mean? I still watch it now and again, but I don't follow it as half as much as I used to.
Oh, man. I used to watch Penn and Teller and all them all the time.
David Blaine, David Copperfield.
I never liked... I did like him as a person, obviously, but I was just like a bit bored. I want to see somebody like make a card disappear. And there was one particular, Sean Farquhar, he went on Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
And that's one of my main tricks that I learned. And I was like, I've completed magic. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that's amazing.
It is annoying though when you're trying to watch it and going, right, so how do they do that? Oh yeah, that's how they do it.
Yeah.
You completely changes your mind.
Yeah, I don't know if you think this when you started learning card tricks, but you see the tricks that they're doing and it just ruins it for you.
Yep.
So like you're watching it and you see them put somebody I was like, I saw you do it, man. Like, Gior, do you know what I mean? Like, get a grip. Learn magic.
Do you think you like look at it as well, like more closely as well, going, right, what's going on here? Or like freeze frame it or something?
Yeah. I always, when I used to watch stuff and when I was learning, I used to watch them and just watch it in full speed, see if I could catch it. And if I didn't, I'd be like, oh, that's sick, I want to learn how to do that. And then just play it literally like on 0.25 that YouTube's got and just slowly play it. And I'm like, I want to catch it. But that Sean, I could never get it.
No.
And then
Easy
he
enough.
released his book and his videos. I paid like 30 quid for it, or $30 or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, that's immense. And I just fell in love with magic at that point. I was like, that's immense. That is amazing. So I'm quite respectful of that name. I like that name now even more. So when you were coming up with the idea of it, the magic of wrestling, obviously, I know where the name come from now.
Yep.
Was it quite a smooth transition in leaving the network to doing it? And was it just I'm just going to do it, screw it?
So luckily, I still use the name on their network, so it's pretty easy and stuff like that. But yeah, so now it would just simply now migrate all the videos onto my own like channel and stuff. And yeah, it was a pretty simple process, to be honest with you.
I like that. Yeah. It's not messing, is there? No. I prefer stuff like that than it like, I'm going to take 6 months off, because I think you'd have lost that momentum then that you had in your confidence. So I think you did the right thing in going, no, I don't want to be part of this, I'll start this. So I definitely think that. When your last few episodes and that, you've obviously been more confident, your speaking's confident, your questioning's really confident. Has there been any episodes in the last 6 months where you've walked out of it and gone, that was shit, I didn't enjoy that at all? And I don't want you to name drop anybody.
Not in
get you in trouble.
Not in the last 6 months, but I think there was one interview in my first 30 which just didn't go to plan.
No.
I think the wrestler were just in a bad place at the time and stuff. But we're trying to do like make you feel comfortable like we can, but every single question it was just like a brick wall. It's the only interview I've ever done where I'm going, I can't wait for this fucker to end.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever had to end one?
Never had to end one early, but
and I don't mean in terms of like you think they're a dick. It's like they're getting upset or they've just broke down. Has there been any occasions like that where you've had to really rein it back? And
not at the moment, no. I mean, the good thing is obviously we're pre-recorded. If they need to take that time, you can simply pause it and then be like, look, take as long as you need. There's been one which it's a guy from Scotland where he completely forgot that his phone died, and I'm literally there waiting for him to come back. I'm like, 20 minutes, half an hour. He didn't reply till the next fucking day. I was sat there for half an hour.
How do you forget your phone's died?
Wait, hang on. So did you start the pod?
Yeah, so we started the interview. I'll show you the video after.
Oh, great.
And he just cuts off, and I'm. Obviously, you think, connection issues, I'll give it 5 minutes. 5 minutes, nothing. 10 minutes, nothing. 20 minutes, nothing. I'm like, I'm fucking going, I've had enough. And then literally messaging me like a day after going, sorry, my phone died. I'm like, all right, we're ready to do a fucking part 2 then.
I wouldn't have done that, mate. I'd just be like, well, fuck you. My enthusiasm has died. No, that's... I want to see that. Did you leave it on? Did you pre-record that or it live?
That was live.
So how did you cope with that with audience? Did you just be like, we'll give it 5 minutes, 20 minutes?
Yeah, because normally like wrestlers come straight back in, because it might be a connection issue. But then it's like, oh shit, what's going on here? Like, and there's that point where you're going, he's not fucking coming back, is he? But yeah, that one was live, and I'm just like, this is fucking awkward. And I just like, after a couple of minutes, I'm like, guys, he's obviously not coming back. We'll obviously update you when we can. But now I'm like, literally the day after he messaged me going, your phone died. I'm like, why did you not fucking tell me? Or did you not think to charge your phone?
Yes, I don't get the logic, man. In the middle of an interview, phone's died.
Yeah, just left it. You'd at least message him later and be like, mate, I'm so sorry I couldn't find a charger that worked. At least lie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, my phone died. That's pathetic, honestly. Not calling that person pathetic. He's not going to see this, but
he's not
even going to know who he is.
No, exactly. They'll know. I can't believe we've done nearly an hour already, mate.
Wow. I mean, like I said, I'm nowhere today. Carry on.
No, it's all good, mate. Yeah, we've delved into quite a lot of your stories and how you made the pod, and it's quite interesting because a lot plan it. I think you kind of fell into it more or less, and I do respect you for where you come from and where you've said that you were really down, really out, gone in times where you were just like, fuck this, to a place where you've got over 500 videos, mate. That's some place to be.
100%.
Even on your Instagram, you're active on there, and I see it all the time. And you know, to say that you had no confidence, you messaged me with a bit of confidence, being like, "I'm coming on." I'm like, all right. Do you know what I mean? It takes a lot of balls to say that to somebody.
It's a good message though as well to give to the audience as well. If you are in a dark place, just put it into something, and it becomes better. You know, I imagine you'll say, I don't know your personal status, but you'll say you'll feel better now than.
I do feel a lot. It's like mentally, do you know what I mean? I definitely do and stuff. And like I said, for 6 years, obviously it is a long time, but look where I am now as a person. I'm more confident. Like I said, obviously before we hit the record, I spoke to like wrestlers from 6 continents, soon be 7.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, 6 countries, like soon be 7.
Yeah.
That's it was from Antarctica, like.
I don't know how big it is in there.
How cold is it?
Penguin wrestler, like.
Smile and wave. I said it. Yeah, that's so yeah, it is class where you've come from, mate. I take my hat off to you. I really, really do. I think you're a legend. You need to keep at it. Is there any things that you've thought about where you've thought about doing it in person, or is it just purely online for now?
At the minute, it is purely online. So at the start of the year, I set myself 3 goals. One was to do it in person, like essentially this actually counts, right?
Yeah, this counts.
Yeah, this counts.
There's one particular wrestler who obviously I want to interview. His name's Spike Trevor, but he has reached out to me. I've sent countless messages to him, but he did reach out to us recently saying, thank you for the message, but it's not something I want to do at the minute. Fine. I think to get that response and no response at all means more than not doing a podcast anyway.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just to grow. Do you know what I mean? Grow the channel. I'm not bothered about like if it's like gets money and stuff like that. I don't do it for that.
Yeah.
I do it for for me confidence.
378 subscribers and counting, mate.
There you go.
That's a fucking good amount, that.
Ah.
Considering wrestling in Barnsley. Do you find most of your audience in Barnsley? Or is it quite broad?
It's quite broad.
Is it?
Yeah. I look at my analytics earlier and I'm like, okay, why the fuck have I got somebody in France? Never interviewed anybody in France.
You do think these things. I mean, we look at ours, don't we? And we're like, India?
Funnily enough, I were on about
You got India as well?
There's always Indians on
I
there.
was on about this other day. It's
not a bad thing.
With my music, I was having a look at analytics, and like, there's one dude in Pakistan. And I'm like,
Legends.
Who are you? Like, there's this dude like roaming about in Pakistan playing my music. I'm like, who are you? What are you doing?
Bin Laden's just chilling in his compound listening to EP5.
Oh, yeah, let's have a look.
Bouncing on beat like a trampoline.
Oh, that's wrong. Yeah. That's good.
There you go. That's my geographic thing.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, India, Ireland, South Africa.
Who the fuck's watching my shit from India? No offence.
Italy. The wrestling.
There's no stereotypes on this show, promise.
You see our World Cup episode.
Do you follow much football?
Yeah, Barnsley fan.
Yeah, that's good. So we've asked every guest so far. We're in a World Cup thing at the minute. We did an episode on it last week.
He is shitting himself, by the way.
I'm fucking shabbering myself. So we've given the guests the opportunity to. So we've done this thing online where we guess the scores, guess the result of each.
Yeah, which is what we're doing at work as well.
Yeah. Whoever gets the least amount of points has to do a forfeit. Now we've had go on tour with Grimy Reds with fancy dress, wherever he's dressed normally. And the worst one so far is sit in the Sheffield Wednesday home end when they play Barnsley.
I'm no offensive, I kind of like that one.
So, what would yours be? Have you got a thought of what one could be?
I think you should wear the shirt that England lose to.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad, to be fair.
I can
We
deal
get
with
away
that.
with that.
I can deal with that.
What's the setting though? When do we have to wear it? Do we have to go to an England game?
Oh, you could do.
Yeah.
Ah, God, man.
I'll just go around town and you'll probably still get some fucking looks.
Barnsley folk are alright, usually. I'll do a pod on it. Oh, God, my life's fucked. They're just fucked. I'm knackered. I'm done. One last question. We've done an hour, so one last question, mate. I don't know if you've got any more.
No, I'm all good, mate.
So what about the camera guy? Has he got one?
Everyone has No. You've got a question, Lex? No.
Sorry, I'm trying to involve everybody here.
What about you, pal? You got... Move.
What's that move? All right.
That was the worst fucking shit I've ever seen. Let's make a joke out of it, man. Come on. The last question I'm going to ask you, mate, we ask every single guest. I don't know if you know this one. I'm surprised people haven't done the research when they come on yet.
I watched the Wrestle Will Be one, so it's the one I'm thinking.
Yeah. How do you personally define a good life?
life, like I said, throws you everything. Do you know what I mean? Life's never easy. It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you're gonna get knocked down. You're gonna get like kicked down, but it's what you do after that. What's the biggest thing? That's probably my life thing in a way. And like obviously sharing my story, you probably see it there. Do you know what I mean? I went through obviously practically hell, and to come out right on the other side and see where I am now. Do you know what I mean? That's probably sums it up for me.
Good life, that.
Good.
Coming back
Stronger.
Yeah.
That's a Peter Crouch podcast tagline we're gonna get soon. But
Well, that has been an episode.
this
of
is your
the
opportunity, mate. If you want to look into that
podcast.
camera and tell the audience where they can
Let
find
me get
you
to it, man.
and everything.
Let me get to
You
that
always
bit.
forget. You forgot.
I don't forget.
You forgot to do the socials in the beginning of this episode.
You can
Maybe you should
do it to end.
So yeah, this is your opportunity. Where can people find you and everything?
So we're obviously on the Magic of Wrestling on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Like I said, do you know what I mean? Go support us and stuff. If you are a wrestler and stuff like that, wants to come on the pod, reach out. We'll get you booked and simple as that. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for having us on.
No, it's an absolute pleasure, mate.
I'll let you do fucking socials then.
All right, so since Reese forgot, as always, you can find us at ayct.official. We can't afford sound effects.
We can. We've literally got sound effects.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, that was class in the last episode. By the way, where we're talking to camera and there's fucking music in background. You can find us at ayct.official, Instagram, TikTok, All You Can Talk podcast on YouTube. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on, mate.
Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate.
It was.
Peace.
Peace.